right, shalom.
Hey, shalom, shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakam Dash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And Lord willing, we'll keep this nice, short, and sweet. You know, just discussing in the car, and we were discussing the video that was done by the elder Apostle Aramlab and the elder Yashawamba, dealing with the enemy is behaving strangely. You know, and I haven't seen the video yet, but the brother was watching it, and he was mentioning how a few things, like how now you got E. You know, he's pretty much now bringing out these terms. You know, Amalek. You know, the what was the other ones you said? Esau, Amalek.
They say Yeshua and all that. And really, another video that I just saw, the elder Malcolm on his critical race and historical facts page. All right, it says COINTELPRO Hebrew videos, right? So that's another one. You know, he shows a whole bunch of videos of you know, basically people are having that conversation. You know, with the topic of the Israelites and, you know, the inquisition of these so-called Jays. All right, is all coming to pass. Is the main topic of the town, so to speak. Right. So it's all the Spirit of the Lord. All right, putting that truth out there. Again, Yahushua said that this gospel is going to be preached throughout the whole entire world, and then the end shall come. So the gospel being preached, people are going to hear it, right? Let's get that real quick.
Matthew 24:14.
Yep.
And then also Second Ezra, it talks about the truth that have been so long. So at the end of the day, we're seeing all of these prophecies actually being fulfilled. You know, the words that were written in the book, they're all coming to pass right before our eyes, and it's a very beautiful thing, because the sweet prophecies, which are the latter ones, the ones right before our deliverance, are the ones we're seeing starting to come to pass. So that excites us, because, like I've said before, the most exciting thing for a prophet is prophecy. You know, because that's our ticket. That's like you waiting for the train, and then finally you hearing the sound of it. You know, finally coming. You know, when the dude announces on the platform.
Yep. Exactly. So whenever these prophecies are being fulfilled, we get excited because we know our reward is on its way. All right, our Lord and our deliverance is coming. Okay, the deliverance of Zion, starting with the elect. All right, something that these devils can never claim to be, right? Which they have done, but at this point, again, the questions are coming up, and they have nowhere else to hide. So now they're gonna try to demonize what we're saying. Okay, which is not gonna work, because people are actually waking up. Okay, because they're dealing with the facts that we're bringing out. All right.
Yeah, this is gonna, you know, manifest into an even bigger controversy. You know, because since the major empires, Israel has always been, like, the topic of Israel has always been a major controversy. You know, whatever empire was in, even back in the Roman Empire, which is why Claudius had to expel the Jews. You know, so that topic, especially with the added information about the Messiah, you know, in this gospel, is really causing that awakening, that stir. And this kingdom was built upon the backs of Israelites, but the backs of Israelites that were asleep, that were enslaved in the minds. And that's what it talks about in Revelation, the 11th chapter. So now, as we start to break down those strongholds, and these Israelites are waking up and standing upon their feet, what do the scriptures say? That those that beheld them, great fear fell upon them.
Yep. That's right. What's that? Revelation, it talks about those that heard us prophesying, that they were basically in fear. You know, they heard the voices of the two witnesses, and fear fell upon them. All right, so that's what's happening now. But you see, Esau is afraid, not because, you know, we're just waking up, but it's because we're not preaching that we're looking for equality. We're telling them that your kingdom is going down, and we're about to take over the whole entire shit, and then we're going to institute righteousness upon the face of the earth. You see, because they're adverse to the Heavenly Father. All right, 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, tells you that who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God. Right now, the word good comes from the word God. All right, when you go into the Old English, all right, the word good was actually spelled G-O and then a dash at the top of it and then a D. But then later on, they changed it, like all the other words, or for the most part in English, all right, they have a primary and a secondary meaning. Right, so when you go into it, all right, the word God is actually, the word good comes from the word God. So they oppose everything that is called good. Hence you have Isaiah 5 and 5:10 or 5:20, where it says, woe unto you that call evil good and good evil.
All right.
So they're opposed to everything that's righteous. All right. And the Lord prophesied that these things will happen, that we're going to be living in the last days under, all right, the rulership of the wicked. Okay. Job 9:24. All right, so the wicked being exposed is a threat to their rulership, to their power, okay, to their plans that they have and agendas that they have moving forward. Okay, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 14. It says, "And this gospel of the kingdom," what kingdom? The kingdom of Yahushua. Okay, the kingdom of the nation of Israel with the 12 tribes of Israel. All right, not just no Jewish state that was instituted in 1948. All right, that's not.
Let's be cautious. That's my mean.
Oh, God. You know, not no J-ish state.
Them JJs.
Yeah. You know, which remember yesterday I was watching the video of the Rothschild guy.
Yeah.
Rothschild.
Jacob.
Yeah. And he was basically describing the whole Balfour Declaration and how it all came about. How fraudulent these devils, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and now they're being exposed, and now we the bad guys.
Yeah, we like the supervillains.
Yeah.
You know, because I can see it too. Because we like the supervillains because if you really look at how these movies are set up, you know, the penguins. But when you look at how these movies are set up, it's always the narrative of the bad guy is always he wants to take over the world and he wants to re-establish it in a certain image that he sees as fit.
Right.
Like even when you look at Thanos, for example, that was his whole MO.
Mm-hmm.
Half the population needs to go,
Mm-hmm.
and then righteousness and peace
Right.
will be instituted.
Right.
And he had to make certain sacrifices along the way,
Mm-hmm.
like his daughter who didn't want to understand,
Mm-hmm.
right? But Thanos had a mission,
Right.
but they painted him as a supervillain,
Right.
because according to them, the world is fine as it is.
Right.
But yet
Right.
they always wait. If the world was fine, why did they need superheroes
Exactly.
to always go and fight crime?
Exactly. and why do you need to make all these changes, depopulating the world and all this stuff that you got planned? You know, this transhumanism shit and all that. You're basically saying that the Most High is imperfect, and you want to perfect your own creation. You want to create your own thing and make it a mainstay on the earth that everyone should worship you, which is never going to work. Right? When you go back into the Persian captivity, all right, Haman, all right, had that same ideology. Right, that if we don't subject these Judeans, these Israelites, if we don't do something about these people and their awakening and their faith in their God, right, and their laws and their statutes and commandments, we're never going to be able to subject them. Neither are we going to be able to establish a kingdom here on earth. In order to have a complete dominion, you have to subject the Israelites, man, because we are the people of the Most High. We are the kings of the earth, the judges
it belongs
of the earth.
to us.
There you go. You know, the Lord said that he created the whole earth for our sakes.
Mm-hmm.
So that means all these other nations were created to serve the Israelites in righteousness.
Yep.
And there's nothing wrong with that. As a matter of fact, you enjoy doing that. Proverbs 29:2 tells you that.
You serving somebody right now.
There you go.
You serving the devil.
You serve the devil.
So what's wrong if you serving the devil? We saying that the Most High is going to set it up to where you're going to serve God's in righteousness.
Right.
Why are you mad about that?
What's so hard? Your job is to be in servitude. But in this case, it's going to be under righteousness.
That's it.
Okay? That's all we're saying. But remember, it's going to come by violence because we have to take out the wicked. The wicked have a power on this earth that has to be uprooted. Okay? And this word is the one that's consuming them. And very soon, the Lord is going to come down with the thousands of heaven. And they're going to make war against these devils, man. You're going to see it. Okay? So the part of the war that's happening is the informational war. All right, now it's all the righteous men who are standing up and having that voice that reverberates throughout the whole entire world. And that's not from us. That's from the power that the Lord has bestowed upon his men. Just like in the ancient world, and now back to this time around again. Okay?
Yep.
So it says, but this gospel, Matthew 24:14, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, right? And then shall the end come.
And that gospel is not Christianity.
No.
All right. Christianity, they don't preach about the kingdom.
No.
They preach about prosperity here.
Right.
We're the ones who are teaching about the kingdom to come.
Yep.
About the Israelites. And,
Yep.
and you know, and that is what's actually causing this change. Really, that's a part of why E is behaving strangely.
There you go.
Because they're starting to see this. They're realizing, look, whenever like this new information that's coming out, if we try to ignore it, we're gonna be left behind. We gotta jump on the bandwagon
Right.
and then try to uproot it and control it.
There you go.
Say, oh, I know what they're talking about. This is really what they're trying to say. This is really what it means.
Right.
They mentioned this, that, and that, but let me be the authority in telling you what they brought up.
Right. Now,
So they can control it.
yeah, but now the question now is why now?
Yep.
Right? You had all these years you was teaching bullshit, Christianity this, Catholicism and all this BS. Why now? Why are you now bringing up the concept of the Hebrews and the true children of God and, you know, the history? Why now? It's because there's a controversy. Okay, the true Israelites have awoken, and that's causing a problem in the system, and it's what they call the matrix, is a glitch in the matrix. All right, the most important people who make every single empire great have finally woken up.
Yeah, we're the bugs.
We're the, exactly
in the system.
Exactly. So now their job is to eliminate the bugs, but it's too late.
Yep.
Okay, it's too late. We've already put out the word. Now the Lord is going to what? Give that increase, and it's rapid. Because I saw this video the other day. There was this Jake, and he was talking. He was like, "Hey man, you got to protect your energy. All right, you got to be careful who you speak to, especially your family and stuff like that. Because guess what? Their minds have been infiltrated by the CIA and all these different things through the media. So they don't think like us. All right, they think more like the government and how they operate.
They're an extension of them.
Extension of them, right? So if if you're on the up and up, like you're waking up to the truth, you're getting into your spiritual power with the Lord, they're gonna come against that because they don't understand that it's not meant for them. You see, the Lord is doing a new thing in this earth, and a lot of people don't understand it. They're gonna come against it, And Esau is doing his best to bring the whole world against this movement, against this truth, but it's not going to work. Okay, the more you try, the more people are going to wake up to it because it's going to be questioning, like, oh, why are they doing this? Well, answer the questions that the men are bringing up. Who are the Israelites?
You're really just going to bring more attention to it.
That's what's happening now.
Yep.
This whole Israeli conflict has brought so much attention to who they are because it's always been there. People just never got the chance to actually talk about it because it wasn't time yet. You see, but now the Lord says it's time. These devils, you're the main focus now. And all eyes are on you. And now you guys are uncomfortable calling it anti this and anti that. Left, right, behind the school bus. All right, so let's get our second Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 28.
And it's a beautiful thing. All of this happening is a beautiful thing because at the end of the day, guess what? The only map that's actually accurate is the one we got, which is the scriptures.
Yep.
And that's why the Lord has never steered us wrong. Nope. Our GPS, our map, everything, our everything is the scriptures. So whatever happens in the world, we go to the scriptures.
There you go.
And we're always right on point.
Yep.
And people are starting to realize that. People are starting to realize that, and that's why they're gravitating more to say, yo, let me hear what's going on over here. Because it seems like everything they say, the world just seems to go in that same direction. All of us, we were starting with the elders and apostles. We were talking about World War III before this conflict was even going on.
Oh man!
And all of a sudden, now the world's attention is on a possible world war.
Hey, when we were talking about World War III, man, people were like, "What are you guys talking about? World War III? Like that's not even in the possibility of the realm of possibility for most people, man. They weren't thinking about that.
Ain't nothing going on.
Ain't nothing going on." Right, but now the sufferings have gotten so severe that we are explaining why is this suffering happening? What's to come? Who's behind all this? And people are tuning in like, yo, that's true, that makes sense. This is something that I've always thought about, but now you guys are giving me an explanation to all this. You see? And that's what these devils don't want.
Straight?
Yeah, straight. That's what these devils don't want, man. They're being exposed. Okay, and they're gonna continue to be exposed because it's the time of the truth to flourish.
As it says, yeah.
Exactly.
It's like when you're isn't this the story?
Yeah.
Or we just got to go around it.
Yeah.
It's like when your parent or your mom or somebody's trying to talk to you, but you're watching TV or something, so you're distracted. You can sort of hear them, but when they ask a question, you're just like, huh? Yeah, huh? And so they got to turn off the TV to really get your attention.
Right.
And that's what's going on right now. The Lord is having these events turn off the TV. So now people's minds are now focused on like, oh, this is what you were actually saying. It wasn't just sounds in the background.
Yep.
So now they're listening and they're like, oh yeah, no, that definitely makes sense.
Yep.
But before they were distracted. That's what he does. That's a part of his tactics, distractions.
Yep. To disarm you.
Delusions.
Yeah, delusions, my friends. So continuing, 2 Ezra chapter 6 and verse 28, it says, as for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which hath been so long without fruit shall be declared. Okay, and how is it being declared? By the men of the Lord.
Right.
Okay, the Lord, the Apostle Paul says it in the book of is that spirit of his mouth and with the brightness of his coming. Okay, so that consumption is happening by the word being sent out accurately. Right. Okay, the truth being sent out, because now you have an explanation to the Bible. You have an understanding. It's not just a book that you just pick up as a fairy tale book, like how the Christians believe. Like they could just pick up the book and just go through it and just pick out random events and stories that make you feel good.
Here it is. The verse is describing a stone, and they're going to apply it to themselves.
Right.
As the precious diadem of the Lord.
Right. Like what? No. You know, there are many precepts. You know, people don't even think that King David is real. You know, they think, oh, that's ancient world.
David and Goliath.
Yeah, like, that's old times. You know, no, King David is a main,
he's a real person.
He's a staple, exactly. You know, the house of David. What do you think that's all about?
Right.
How you gonna have the house of David without David?
Right.
Think about that. You know, so you Christians, man, hey, this is again, the truth is what's messing everything up, man.
Really, they're anti-Christians.
All of them,
That's what they are. They're
anti-Christians. Yeah. You know, the world is under the vibration of being anti-Messiah. Okay, everything that you see now is anti-Messiah. That's why they go so hard against us, especially our people. Especially our people, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, got some precepts on there.
Nah, let's finish up on this.
So let me bring that back again. 2 Ezra chapter 6 and verse 28. It says, "As for faith, it shall flourish; corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which hath been so long without fruit, shall be declared." Mm-hmm. Right? And there's an old proverb that one of my uncles had told us. He said, you know, the truth is like a seed, right? When you plant it, as long as it's planted, no matter what anyone does, one day eventually it will generate. All right, it will germinate, I should say. Okay, it will germinate, and that's what you're seeing now. The seeds have been planted since the 70s. All right, that the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and their elders started coming up on the scene. Okay, and it's taken time, but guess what? It's here. Okay, even the gospel of Yahushua. Mm-hmm. Okay, there was a time where we fell away, but now we're back. Mm-hmm. Okay, and we're teaching that same exact doctrine, man. Okay, from 2,000 years ago. Now, did we go back 2,000 years ago to find Yahushua and say, hey, Lord, what was the doctrine that we're gonna need to be saved? No, but it's through the Spirit. Okay, the Spirit that's tapped into certain specific men, all right, to wake up and to carry the mantle and go out there and execute. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's what we're doing. Okay, and it's not going to stop. It's only going to intensify because a lot more Jake is going to start waking up. All right, all over the world, man. You're going to have different nations.
Well, they're waking up now.
Yeah. You know, and they're going to question it. Listen, everyone is going to come against you, Jace, because you know why? You have a role to play in their downfall. All these nations, they know they're subject to you devils.
But that's why it says in Isaiah 14 that when E goes down, they're going to narrowly look upon him.
Yep.
I think there's a precept that says that there's none that's going to come and plead your cause.
Yep.
Nobody's going to come and say, oh, you know why they're going to be, the only reason anybody's going to be crying at your downfall is because they're going to be losing money.
Right.
And even goes to show you, Herod, this dude Herod actually planned that on his death, they should slay some of the elders in Israel so that there would be some form of mourning.
Yep.
Because nobody was going to mourn his ass.
Yep. That's a wicked ass nigga. That's an Edomite.
Yeah, he's through.
You know, so you devils are through, man. No, your schemes ain't gonna work. Your agendas ain't gonna work. All right, all your tactics, your demonization tactics, your FFs, you know, your crisis act, all that bullshit is not gonna work because people are privy to it. All right, because we explain it. Or predictive programming, auto app KO, all this stuff. We bring it out because you devils do that. This is your mantra. All right, revelation of the method. Right, you show stuff. You show the people what you're gonna do. And you come out and you boldly proclaim it. You say it to the people like nobody's watching you.
That's that pride. That's
that pride, man. And that's why the scripture says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Because you thought, like old times, you just gonna come out and just say whatever. The old generation, they're done. Okay? Now the young generation is waking up and they're like, hold on, wait a minute. All right, all the suffering that we're going through, all this BS that we're going through, there's somebody behind it. All right, who's behind the media? Who's behind the banking system? Who's behind all these projects and all this shit? Who's behind that? There's got to be somebody behind all this stuff, man.
So before they didn't have that. Some of them felt something was wrong, but to them it was like normal.
Right.
They didn't realize that. No. Yeah. They didn't realize that. No, there's something actually wrong with you.
Right.
It's like if you've been feeling a pain inside of your body at some part, but you just keep living with it, and somebody tells you, or you watch a commercial that says, oh, have you been feeling pain in this part of your body? That's actually this thing. You got to go check it out.
Yep.
That's when you actually start to be conscious and say, oh, shoot. So the way I've been sleeping, there you go. The way I've been sleeping every night is causing this pain. This is actually a thing. Let me go get it checked. It's not normal. I shouldn't just ignore it anymore.
Yep.
You know, that's what the Lord is doing.
Yep. That's the conscience. That's what they don't want. You know, all these distractions, but guess what? The truth is very piercing. You know, it cuts you. It cuts you to the bone, to the teeth, like it tells you in Hebrews
4:12.
Yes, sir. You know, so this is it, man. You know, and that's why the prophets are on the scene. And that's why these devils are behaving strangely. Right. Okay, but guess what? Like scriptures tell us that never trust thine enemy. So no matter what you do, all right, we know who you are. We know your nature. All right, and we don't have any plans on stopping. Okay, as long as the Lord gives us the power, we don't have plans on stopping, bro, because we see the effect of telling the truth. Okay, we see the effect of going out there and pushing this word out there and just giving the facts straight up, man.
That's it.
All right, and we see what's coming after that. We see it. You devils gonna make your move, but guess what? It's all futile. All right, it's all futile because the more you come in, the more the Lord's gonna give us that power to keep fighting you devils back.
59:19.
There you go. You know. So it's just a matter of time, man. It's just everything is happening mad quick, bro. Here it is. You got so-called Christmas coming, and the spirit is all dead. You know what people are gonna be doing? They're gonna be tuning into what's going on around the world now. Instead of being distracted by Christmas jingle bells and all this bullshit, people are tuning in.
Well, the ones who ain't completely gone.
Yeah, who are not completely gone. That is, yeah. You know, so things are changing, man. And Tawadi Bashmi Al-Shai, because now we see, all right, his word is coming to fruition. You know, those of us who actually believe it, all right, we're seeing it coming to pass, man. Everything is coming out beautifully, bro. You know, and we can't wait to see you devils just keep scrambling, man. You gonna keep scrambling. You're gonna come up with all your propaganda, and it's still not gonna work.
Yeah, well, your kingdom is going down. So
there you go.
You know,
Hey, scripture says you can do nothing against the truth but for the truth. So the more you do it, the more it's gonna benefit us. Because you're gonna keep exposing yourself. We're gonna keep debunking the shit that you bring out. All right? Oh, well, what about this? Quaz Brown, where you at? Bring your ass over.
Well, they shall cause their own tongues to fall upon
themselves. Exactly.
Yep.
You know, so your scientists, your physicists, your experts, your whatever, they're not gonna work for you, man. All right, your efforts are futile.
That's in Isaiah 47.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, let's wrap it up so we can get the stuff in here.
Yep.
You know, but pretty much, yeah, that's the point on that. You know, you got they behaving strangely, but that's because we're living in those times, and it's a beautiful thing, man. Like the world is about to see what the prophets have been seeing for years.
Yep.
You know, like you're now about to enter into the world of reality.
Yep.
You know, so
yep. The
hey,
vision made plain.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's it.
All right.
So yeah, with that, Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect. And hey man, we're gonna keep watching this, and as the scriptures say, like you said, we ain't gonna stop.
No.
You know, keep giving diligence to make it calling an election sure.
That's right. You
And
got a
Lord
short
willing,
time left.
Yeah.
Short time.
Lord willing, the Lord preserve us through it all, man. But
right.
it's a beautiful, exciting times.
Yes, sir.
Exciting times
Yes,
we're
sir.
living in.
Yes,
So
sir.
with that, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rachak, Wadash. Till next time, shalom.
Shalom to the elect.